Hi, hello, how are you? Ignore my super messy garage right now. I'm in the process of cleaning it. Of course, it's 8:30 p.m. once again, and I'm deciding to work on my car parts. So I figured since I'm not doing anything crazy with the cars right now, I'm just trying to finish up the Z. I just lined up the front end, and so all I have to do right now is wrap my side skirts and my front bumper. So I guess I thought that it would make good content for somebody who's interested in learning how I wrap my drift car. So here's how I do it. All right, so today I'm gonna wrap this side skirt. Oh no. Okay, well, technical difficulties. As always, hold on, I'm coming. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Hello? Ah! Okay, I'm not very good at this. I'm not very good at anything, so. Anyways. Side skirt. Obviously I've not cleaned this because I am going to sand it down a little bit because these are obviously off of a used car. So they're not very pretty. They've got some scuffs, some scratches, some nicks. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy sander. This is obviously a DeWalt sander. You can use other sanders. I don't really know. I normally use like 400 grit sandpaper, which so far none of those sanding marks have shown through the wrap. You can argue with me, I don't care. There's probably a better way to do it. That's what I use. This, I believe, is also 400 because I just put it on there and I'm pretty sure it's 400. It is a used 400, but it's fine. I'm sure it'll get the job done. So I'm just gonna sand this and see how it goes. Okay, so here's what they look like, sanded down. Yay, so pretty. And, you know, they're not the best. And I also didn't take off the, like, factory PPF film thing, so this looks like garbage, but it's all good. That's as good as it's gonna get, because I don't really care.
Do you have the George face still?
The what?
The George face. It's like the filter. Instagram filter. It's like the best one.
Bruh, I don't know. This is how I measure how much to cut. I just lay it on the wrap, and then I'm like, yep, that looks good. So I'm gonna roll it out a little bit and make sure it clears the corner, and then I'm gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna cut it that way too. And after it's all cut up, this is what it looks like. Have enough on the ends. It looks longer here because I really just made it long enough for the bumper, but that's what it looks like. As you can see, I'm very good at cutting crooked lines, but it don't matter because it's gonna get chopped off anyways. All right, now I'm at work because it's the next day because I didn't want to take forever last night since I had to work today. But I have this cool little stand at work. Obviously, I'm only gonna have one on here, but just for reference, I cleaned them up with a waterless car wash just to get the loose dirt off. And then I went back over to clean them with an alcohol-based product. Like in this case, I'm using the one from Chemical Guys. So cleaned them up and they're all dry to the touch. Obviously, I prepped this one a whole lot better than I prepped this one because I was very lazy on this one. So I think I'm gonna start with this one. All right, I don't have a better way of doing this because I'm by myself, but I always wrap stuff by myself anyways. First things first, I just cut out a tiny little piece right here to go ahead and do this end cap. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I lay the wrap over this way, I don't have to want to worry about folding it over this way and, you know, whatever. So I'm gonna lay this piece Now, if you're doing things correctly, which I am not, you'd have knifeless tape. You'd put a nice little piece of knifeless tape around this edge. You'd lay the piece, you'd pull the tape, and then boom, you have a nice edge. But this is a drift car, and I don't care. So you should never, ever, ever use a blade on your paint unless you're me and you don't care about your car. Then, you know, you can do whatever you want. So I'm just gonna lay that, and I'm gonna get my little squeegee. And this does still have the clear film on this piece. So, you know, if you want, you can pull off the clear layer. If you wanna, you know, if you have like black or something and you don't wanna get a bunch of scratches on there from your squeegee, then, you know, leave it on there. It don't really matter. Obviously this is just a little end piece that you're probably not gonna see anyways. So take that off. And then I've got my handy dandy heat gun. This is like $8 or $9 from Harbor Freight. It has lasted me like 4 years, so. Just let it heat up on the initial one. You don't want to use too much heat because it's not necessary. I just push down these edges like so. You barely just kind of like pull the wrap, pull it over that edge to get it to lay very nice and flat. Same thing with the corners. You want to just slightly pull, get it to lay real nice over the corner. All right, just to give you a little close-up. So here's a corner I just did. As you can see, I heated up a little bit, and then you slightly stretch it around that corner, press it down, and then you post-heat it. So you heat it whenever you're done, so that way it shrinks around that corner. And when you cut it and it gets hot again, it's not going to peel up. All right, so I have both end caps done. I cut out the little holes. I didn't cut out this hole, but I will. As you can see, it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously up close, I didn't sand the end. So if you look really closely, you can see that I didn't sand it down and it's, you know, really rock chipped and stuff, but you know, the corners are looking great. And here's the other side. Boom, looking good. All right, now to put the whole thing on. All right, next step, take off the backing and then lay it. I did just over, I'm gonna wrap it basically to about here or so, because this is under the car, you're not gonna see it. So just wanna wrap slightly over this edge. So I'll wrap to about right there. So that's why I left just another inch or two of room. Got about an inch over here on this end. And then this is where it ends right here. So we've got a few inches there too. I don't know that I'm gonna wrap down and into the door jamb. Okay, obviously I didn't film the in-between part, but I'm done. To quickly discuss what I did after I laid the piece down, I started, let's see, I started about here, because this is basically the highest point on the part, and basically started here and went outward on both sides. I kind of trim as I go, so once I finished where I was happy with down here, it dips down into here. I trimmed it. Yes, I did not use knifeless tape. As you can see, I freehanded it and it looks like Garbaggio, but you're not gonna be able to see it because that is the bottom of the car. Obviously, I told you I did not prep this piece very well. These are all like gouges in the actual plastic. That is not for me. Again, here you can see these are all gouges into the plastic, gouge into the plastic, and that's all stuff that I just didn't sand out. And again, this piece here is also a piece I did not take off. This is the OEM like PPF from factory that I did not peel off. So I just made it a little crease, and I think it looks fine, honestly. I think it looks kind of OEM plus, if you will. I did a little crease on the edge here, which I do not believe you can really see, which is good. I honestly did not anticipate doing the whole center section here because I'm lazy and it's a drift car and you're not gonna see it anyways unless I open the door. But I mean, to me, vinyl's pretty easy to work with, so I just went ahead and continued it. And just to end real quick, this is what it looks like from kind of far away. Wonderful. Fantastic. That's all I got. I didn't do a very in-depth, like, how to wrap, but that's not really what this video was meant to be. It's a how I wrap my drift car, so yeah. Cool, thanks for watching.